Hello and welcome to this session. Today, we will take you through the step-by-step instructions on safely disassembling a voltage stabilizer unit. Let's dive in and uncover the inner workings of this essential electrical component.
Objectives. At the end of this session, you will be able to dismantle a voltage stabilizer, identify sections of a voltage stabilizer, and locate the major components of various sections of a voltage stabilizer. First, let's see what a voltage stabilizer is. A voltage stabilizer is a device that regulates the flow of electricity to ensure a consistent voltage output. It is essentially a protector for electronic equipment against harmful fluctuations in the power supply. Parts of a voltage stabilizer. The main parts of a voltage stabilizer are transformer, circuit board, relay, transistors, integrated chips, preset, and input and output terminals. Now let's see each part in detail. Transformer. The transformer is the heart of a voltage stabilizer. It has both primary and secondary windings. It steps up or steps down the incoming voltage to match the desired output level. Transistors. Transistors in voltage stabilizers serve critical functions such as voltage regulation and switching, enabling precise control over output voltage levels and efficient management of power flow. Circuit board. The circuit board is the brain of the voltage stabilizer. It houses various electronic components that control the operation of the stabilizer. It includes the following parts: control unit, signal processing unit, and driver circuit. Relay. Relays are electromagnetic switches that control the flow of current in the transformer. They act like automatic switches activated by the signals from the driver circuit on the circuit board. Integrated chips. Integrated circuits, or ICs, commonly called chips, are used in voltage stabilizers to regulate and stabilize voltage levels. These chips are typically part of the control circuitry within the stabilizer. Voltage regulator. A voltage stabilizer may contain dedicated voltage regulator components such as integrated circuits, ICs, or discrete voltage regulators to ensure precise regulation of the output voltage. Input and output terminals. These terminals provide connection points for the input and output power supply lines as well as for connecting the stabilizer to the load or equipment it is protecting. Let's now see the tools and equipment required to dismantle a voltage stabilizer. We will need the following tools and equipment: trainee toolkit 1 set, DMM with probes 1 number, 500 VA voltage stabilizer automatic type with instruction manual 1 number. Let's now move to the procedure of dismantling the stabilizer for finding its major components. We can start by assembling all the necessary tools and equipment. Place them gently and neatly on the workbench. Safety tip: don't place the stabilizer on a rough surface to avoid scratches. Check that the stabilizer is not connected to the electricity power source. Now observe the stabilizer for its specifications, indications, input and output options. Now let's move to the procedure of dismantling of the stabilizer. For that, first identify and locate the screws to remove the top cover. There will be 2 types of screws, either star screw or flathead screw. Now by using the right screwdriver, unscrew in an anti-clockwise direction. First, loosen 2 threads, then remove the screws. Now gently separate the top cover. Safety tip: sometimes there may be some locks, so don't remove forcibly. Let's now locate all the important components of the voltage stabilizer. First, we will locate the transformer within the stabilizer. It is a prominent, bulky component usually positioned at the center or towards one end of the stabilizer. Look for a large rectangular or cylindrical structure with multiple wire windings. As you can see, the transformer has two windings, primary and secondary. Next, we will locate the PCB circuit board. It is often situated near the transformer and may be secured to the chassis with screws or clips. The PCB houses various electronic components such as relays, transistors, diodes, and fuses. Locate any relays present in the stabilizer. Relays and switches are typically located near the transformer and circuit board, where they can easily control the flow of electricity and manage various operational states. These are typically small rectangular boxes with wires connected to them. Look for voltage regulator components. These may include integrated circuits, ICs, or discrete components such as transistors or voltage regulators. Next, we will locate the diodes. Diodes can often be found near the input and output sections of the stabilizer circuit. Look for small, typically cylindrical components with a stripe indicating the cathode side. Let's now locate the Zener diode. Zener diodes are typically positioned near the voltage regulation section, close to the input or output sections. Look for small cylindrical components with a stripe indicating the cathode side, often marked with a ZD or Z, followed by a numerical value representing the breakdown voltage. Next, we will locate the capacitors. Capacitors are typically found near the input and output sections. They appear as small cylindrical or rectangular components with markings indicating capacitance and voltage ratings. Resistors. Resistors are used to limit the current flowing through certain components of the stabilizer. Resistors are integral components of feedback networks in voltage control circuits. They determine the gain and stability of operational amplifiers or other control circuits. Integrated chips. Integrated circuits, or ICs, commonly called chips, are used in voltage stabilizers to regulate and stabilize voltage levels. These chips are typically part of the control circuitry within the stabilizer. Next, we will locate the indicators. Indicators in a voltage stabilizer are typically located on the front panel or control section. They provide visual feedback on the stabilizer's status, such as power, input or output voltage levels, and overload conditions. Next, we will locate the output socket terminal. This is where electronic appliances are connected to receive stabilized power. It is usually a set of multiple sockets or a single outlet. Finally, observe the exterior and interior of the stabilizer for indicator lights, knobs, or switches. These components provide users with information about the stabilizer's status and may be located on the front panel or integrated into the PCB. After locating all the components, carefully replace the top cover of the stabilizer and secure it in place using screws. Ensure that all components are properly aligned and no wires or cables are pinched before tightening the screws.
This brings us to the end of the session. In this session, we have learned to dismantle a voltage stabilizer, identify sections of a voltage stabilizer, and locate the major components of various sections of a voltage stabilizer. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next session.